basketball. If you're new to the channel, please make sure to hit that like button, subscribe button, and comment down below. Let me know what you thought about the video. And as I always like to preface by saying, I am not a basketball expert, just a fan who's naturally obsessed. And in this video, I kind of want to take somewhat of a deep dive into where we currently stand in the Kyrie Irving situation and him being traded from the Brooklyn Nets to the Los Angeles Lakers. You know, a couple days ago, this started picking up major traction. The rumors have been around for weeks now, but over the weekend, it was picking up major traction. There was a story that broke that I made a video about saying that the Lakers are aggressively engaged in talks with the Brooklyn Nets. And right now, this morning, I've been watching some sports networks just kind of weighing in on their thoughts that they're sharing about the situation. And Shams Charania was on the Pat McAfee show this morning, and he shared that as of right now, there's no traction between the Lakers and the Nets. And I thought that's kind of weird because of how surefire the reports that came out over the weekend made it seem like it was inevitable that it was going to get done one way or another. Well, I want to read, over the weekend, Jeannie Buss tweeted a statement, and I want to read that to you all and get your thoughts on what you think it is. So the statement goes, "I miss KB," being Kobe Bryant. "He would understand and explain everything that I'm not allowed to. Honestly, he was the greatest Laker ever. He understood team over self, meaning your rewards would come if you valued team goals over your own, then everything would fall into place. All can reply." Kind of cryptic, but I know what I think it means. I'm curious to know what you think it means. But to me, this kind of sounds like a shot at LeBron. And I've heard some people, some NBA insiders share that they agree. And I've heard some people say, no, it could be a shot at AD. It could be a shot at Westbrook. Why I think this is a shot at LeBron is because a couple factors here. I think it's kind of curious that ever since the years that followed Kyrie Irving leaving the Cleveland Cavaliers because he wanted to prove he could lead his own squad, and then a couple years later coming out and saying it was a mistake, you know, I shouldn't have done LeBron that way. LeBron and Kyrie seemingly kissed and made up, and they're on good terms now. And I think, and it's been shown to be true, LeBron would love to reunite with Kyrie Irving on the Los Angeles Lakers. And what this could mean to me is maybe the Lakers front office learned from the mistake of last year, where the Lakers seemed to be about to acquire Buddy Hield, a guy that I think would have helped them out tremendously, and they probably would not have lost what they lost when it ended up being that they traded for Russell Westbrook instead, giving up key role players in Kyle Kuzma, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Montrezl Harrell, and it was revealed, you know, LeBron had the final say. They chose Westbrook over Buddy Hield because LeBron wanted Russell Westbrook. Well, I think this could be, I could be wrong, this is just my opinion, but I think this could be the Lakers putting their foot down and saying, like, look, like, we're running the team. If you're the leader of this team, you'll rally together with the troops and get the job done. I think that the Lakers, despite LeBron's desire to bring in Kyrie Irving, they don't want to risk another Brooklyn situation. I don't think, again, my opinion, I don't think we're going to see anything on the level that we saw in Brooklyn, because I think, as I mentioned in the video I made about this over the weekend, Kyrie respects LeBron enough. Are they friends? Sure, they're friends, but I think he respects LeBron enough to where he'll kind of rally around the leader, not in the way we saw with Kevin Durant. You know what I mean? Because there was no rallying around. There there wasn't even really a leader. Kevin Durant's even said multiple times, I'm not a leader. I don't like that role leader. LeBron thrives in that. Thrives in it. He thrives in the fact that he can get the best out of people. And I really do think Kyrie Irving would clean up his act a little bit. I don't want to say, oh, he's going to be a model. No, that's not Kyrie Irving. We're not going to see that. But I don't think he'd be the headache that he was in Brooklyn. And I think the Lakers front office also realized everything they lost in the mistake of the trade for Russell Westbrook. I get Kyrie Irving has a very diminished value right now because of all the risk and baggage he comes with. But Russell Westbrook may be the worst contract in the NBA. He may be. And despite how diluted the market for Kyrie Irving is right now, I think if you're going to create a trade package to bring Kyrie Irving in, and the centerpiece of the package going to Brooklyn is a Russell Westbrook, Brooklyn's already said, and it's being shown with the way they're handling the Kevin Durant situation, they're not trying to tank. They want to be in a position to where they can compete for the playoffs. They have no incentive to tank. All of their upcoming future first-round picks are going to Houston from the James Harden trade. There is no incentive for them to lose on purpose. They're trying to be competitive. So if you're bringing in a Russell Westbrook, whose only significant value at this point in time is that major expiring contract at the end of next year, I think not only are you going to have to give up draft capital, which the Lakers don't have any significant draft capital in the near future, all of it's being sent to the Pelicans for the Anthony Davis trade, you're probably going to have to attach some of your young assets, like an Austin Reeves, like a Talen Horton-Tucker. And let's also be honest about this. I'm really curious to know what you guys think. I follow the Lakers very closely. I'm not a Laker fan, but the reason I follow them very closely is I'm a Phoenix Suns fan. I've hated the Los Angeles Lakers my whole life, and I pray for their demise. The last 2 years have been very satisfactional to me, but I follow them very closely, and when credit's due, I give them credit. This right here, do you really think that adding a Kyrie Irving makes the Los Angeles Lakers a true title contender, even if Anthony Davis and LeBron James stay healthy? They'll win you games. That's a guarantee. They'll win you games, maybe a playoff series. But I don't see how adding a Kyrie Irving, probably having to get rid of some of those younger pieces, how you can put them above a Clippers, a Warriors. I'd even argue the Grizzlies. If the Phoenix Suns can pull off the trade for Kevin Durant, I'd take the Phoenix Suns. So at the very best, I'll just say for argument's sake, I'll say the Suns don't get Kevin Durant. At the very best, on their best day, fully healthy, fourth best team in the West. That's competitive, sure, but when it comes to playoff basketball, I don't think they have the depth necessary to make a deep playoff run. There's still gaping holes on bench depth. Gaping. They don't have the shooting, and that's something that could potentially be bolstered because there's reports coming out over the last couple of days that the Lakers could be back in on a Buddy Hield, that the Pacers are very willing to deal him. So there's still, everything I'm talking about right now is the Lakers as presently constructed, assuming Kyrie Irving comes. I just don't see a genuine playoff contender as presently constructed So if I don't see a genuine playoff contender, and when I say playoff contender, guys, I'm not talking about making the playoffs. I'm talking about like could make a deep run into the playoffs. So I should probably use the word title contender. I apologize, guys. It's been a long morning. Didn't get a lot of sleep last night, but I just don't see it, guys. I don't want to beat around the bush. I'm trying to give some reasoning here and there, but guys, if you do, please that my opinion is not the right opinion. It's not wrong either though. So I'm really curious to hear where you guys stand in this. All biases aside, because I know I got a lot of Phoenix Suns fans that subscribe to me. You guys probably hate the Lakers as much as I do, so please don't let bias be what forms your opinion. I want a genuine opinion of what you think a Kyrie Irving addition does for the Los Angeles Lakers. But guys, more will be revealed. It's also been reported that Kyrie Irving is in Los Angeles right now, and he has no intentions on leaving until a trade to the Los Angeles Lakers has been completed. So this story is going to get a lot more interesting before I think we get any real traction on something potentially happening. But again, guys, let me know what you think in the comments down below. I appreciate you guys watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks, guys.